Hi everybody, my name is Chris Mack. I'm here from the official Fire Emblem Heroes subreddit Discord server. I'm here with the voice of Pelleas.
Hi, I'm Howard, the voice of Pelleas in Fire Emblem Heroes.
So the first thing I wanted to ask, when you did move to LA, wasn't it originally for video game production?
Yeah. So even though I'm a voice actor, I'm also a game developer, and I originally moved to LA to work for because I got a job at Riot Games on Valorant, and that was me kind of just more shifting into my game dev side of things. But then because of events in life, working from home, I got to do more voiceover and game development at the same time, and it was around like that kind of stuff. Those opportunities remotely, I got to work on Fire Emblem.
Yep.
So yeah.
Do you have a special story of how you got into SAG?
For SAG, I think it was just like I got fortunate enough to like work on like some like live action dubs for like Union, and like because all of like Netflix's dubs for not just anime but for like live action stuff too are Union. And then there were some like small games I did that were also Union, and then they just sort of just allowed me to become eligible. And then I was like, well, cool. I'll pull the trigger and go into the Union, I guess.
Yeah. In terms of, this is probably obvious, but in terms of your larger characters in anime, who do you think that you relate the most to?
There's a lot of characters I relate to. I think there's a lot of similarities to me in like Langa from Skate the Infinity. He is a snowboarder, I'm a snowboarder. And then there's also Himuro from Kuroko's basketball.
Yeah.
I think his sort of character journey is pretty relatable for me. So yeah, I think those two.
What about in a Pretty Boy Detective Club?
Oh, Pretty Boy Detective. I'm not as smart as Nagahiro, and I am not as like clever as he is. So that was a big surprise for me to be playing that character in Pretty Boy Detective Club. But I do. I guess the biggest relation to that is that Susie plays the main girl, Susie Young, who's a good friend of mine, and he gives her a hard time, and I give Susie a hard time in real life. So that's the most relatable thing, I think.
Okay. So with Fire Emblem, I know that's a pretty general audition when those come through.
Yeah. The studio that does it, Competi, who do like other Fire Emblem games, like I was fortunate enough to just like be on their roster, and I got the audition, and I think I was like on vacation when I read for it, so like I was like in a hotel room, like in like my MacBook Pro like speaker, like in built-in mic, and I just like had to kind of get it out real quick, and it worked out. So yeah.
Was that Patrick or Christian or Caitlin that directed?
That was Caitlin. Caitlin Gall directed me on that one.
Was that during COVID?
Yes. Yeah, it was right in the middle of COVID. Yeah.
I know, if you can remember, is there anything that you could relate to Pelleas about?
He's got this inner darkness, he's got this edge, he's got this, weight to him, and like, I feel like, people can relate their troubles to a lot of pain and stuff that other characters go through. Yeah. I have a friend who's like really big on like Fire Emblem. I think Radiant Dawn's his favorite game.
Yep.
And I told him, I was like, hey, like, I'm Pelleas, like, what do you know about him? He's like, oh, and he goes through this whole story about like, because it's like him being a prince, but not, or spoilers or something or other. Yeah. It got kind of complicated, but him just saying, it's like, oh yeah, Pelleas has a great story. I'm just like, okay, cool, great. I like him then. I like him a lot from what I've heard.
Are you all good to go?
Yeah.
I might be heading out here soon.
Yeah, I'm just gonna finish up a quick interview.
Okay, just to make sure.
So I know most recently it was cool that you got to be part of the second season of Comey.
Yeah. Comey was a fun show. Yeah, Michael Sorich, the director, brought me on for a pretty cool character, and Ryan Cole Levy is a good friend of mine. I give him a hard time, and
the
like
narcissistic.
Yeah. It was the comedic characters in that are a lot of fun. So yeah.
Is there anything else that's upcoming you're part of you can safely talk about?
There is a game that just came out called Octopath Traveler 2.
Yep.
I play Hikari, the warrior class in that one, and that's available now. There's a game coming out soon called Master Detective Archives Rain Code. It's by the same guy who made Danganronpa. Yep. And I play Yomi Hellsmile, and he's a fun little villainous role, and no spoilers, but I'm really excited for that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, my final question is always asking, what do you want your legacy to be?
Legacy? I just want to leave behind something that gives people joy. You know, like doing this, like I love the craft, but like, you know, just being here at a con, you know, seeing people's like reception to it, it's just like, and like touching people's lives, and like just that's what matters most, I guess. Like what this is the most impactful for me is just like if I can create enjoyment, like how I get enjoyment from like other actors that I admire.
Yeah.
You know, how I enjoy their performances. Like it's that's I think the most the best thing to leave in a legacy, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure, especially with Skate, that you've probably gotten a lot of fan comments about how that show has like saved.
Yeah, just getting people coming up and saying how much a show or a character has touched their lives, and just being a small part of that, because like I didn't like write it, I didn't like, you know, animate it, you know, I didn't do like the music or sound effect or anything, but like just being a small part of a character just as their voice, you know, it's incredibly humbling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for
Yeah,
doing
no,
that.
thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and thanks subreddit.